What's up, Alicia here with Terradrift, and we just got our hands on the Solo Stove Titan, which is a camp stove, and actually we got the whole Titan gear bundle, so we could check out how this thing works and how it functions as a camp stove. Not exactly for backpacking, it's not ultra light. You could take it for backpacking though. It is a wood burning stove, so it cooks and heats using sticks and stuff that you find around the campsite, which is rad because it means you don't have to carry, canister fuel or whatever, which is really heavy. But anyway, this set has the Titan stove, the Titan pot that says it's good for 2 to 4 people. A windscreen here to sort of block the wind since it is a live fire type cooking situation, and this tripod, which makes it possible to hang the stove over the flame if you're just trying to simmer soup or something, which is pretty fun. So let's get started. Now that we have it started, I'm gonna start adding some more twigs and such to this because we want to make sure that it keeps going. I'm just gonna toss them in there because it's on fire. It'll sort out. Obviously you don't want to add too many at once. You might put the fire out. But we'll start with these little thin lightweight sticks that are like 2-3 inches long, most of them, and then we'll start adding some slightly thicker sticks as we go. In the meantime, let's go ahead and add some water to our pot. Look how shiny and new that is. So shiny. It's about to get charred to oblivion. We need some measurements on this and fill it up. We've got ounces. Let's see, let's do 20 ounces, and then we're gonna put the cooktop on. Ideally, I'd have some tongs here or something, just in case. But now that that's on, we do not want to take that off with our bare hands. It's gonna get real hot, real fast. Now, you don't really need the cooktop if you're going to hang it, but I'm gonna start out with the pot on the fire. So we're gonna go ahead, and that just sort of helps it stay put a little better. So we're gonna put it on there. Fire has died down a little bit, which is good. So I'm gonna add some more sticks through this opening right here, just to keep that going because we want it to stay hot. In my experience, using these wood burning stoves takes a little practice to get just right between too much fuel and too little. So I think once you kind of use it a few times, get the hang of it, you'll manage. But word of warning, it might be a little tricky at first to get that balance right. But this is the flame level we want. It's not too high. It's not coming up the sides of the pan for the most part anymore. I may have added too many just there. Naturally, if you do feel like it's too high, you can always hang it. Now, this is supposed to be a smoke-free setup. That mostly works if you don't overfuel the fire. So if you do, like I am doing, it does tend to get a little smoky. But if the flame is down here where it's supposed to be, there's no smoke. There was a few seconds ago, and it just disappeared, as you can see. I'm gonna go ahead and add some of this cauliflower rice. Take this off. The water is boiling. I did not really measure, so I'm just gonna dump some in carefully because I don't want to tip the pot or anything. If I have too much water and not enough cauliflower rice, no big deal. I can strain it off later. So we're just gonna do that. Give her a little mixy mix. Yeah, that was a real good mixy mix. And then put the lid back on. Add a few more sticks. So the way it works and why these work so efficiently is because of all of these holes that are basically just vents to suck in oxygen at the bottom and feed that fire. And then the same in the top. There are all these holes around the rim to really keep that oxygen moving and a little interior space in between the walls to help, I guess, dissipate the smoke. I'm not a scientist. I don't know how it works, but it does. Ooh, it's really going in there. Woohoo, look at that. So we're gonna take it easy on our sticks at this point because clearly it doesn't need to be that hot. So we're just gonna take it down a notch, which is, easily done. I just give it a minute, and the next time I feed it, I'll put in like 1 stick instead of 3. Honestly, these handles aren't that hot. They are pretty warm, but not so hot that I couldn't remove this at this point and take it to a table or something. But you do want to be really careful because this is actually quite warm. Alternatively, if you added too many sticks and it's too close to the fire, just hang it. Hanging your pot is not only a good way to regulate the temperature, but keep a little bit more soot off the pot if indeed, like me, you have trouble keeping the flame in check. So one thing I really like about wood burning stoves when camping is that I don't have to be worried about how much fuel I'm using. A lot of the time we are regulating our fuel when we are camping or backpacking because we have 1 canister, maybe 2, but we're like, okay, we only have so much for this many dinners. So we're constantly cognizant of how much fuel we have left and how many more meals we can make with it. So with the wood burning stove, you're only limited by the number of sticks in the immediate vicinity. And in most places, there are plenty of sticks. There's sticks, they're everywhere. But important to note, you should not break sticks off of tree branches. Only dead and downed wood. No green wood. You want to make sure you're picking it up off the ground and that it is small, easy to burn, and entirely dry. So if you're at the point where either your food is done or you just want to let it keep soaking without continuing to boil the water or whatever, you can always just bring it up to the hook. So we still got a little fire going in there, but basically this guy is almost done. Might just need a few more minutes of cooking, but I don't really want to tend to the fire in the pot anymore. So I'm just going to hang it up here and walk away. This is pretty much out. There is no flame left in it, otherwise we would not leave the immediate vicinity. We're standing by, of course, with water, because when you're cooking with fire, you should always have water nearby, plenty to douse the flame with in case it gets out of control. I'm just gonna let this hang and sit for a couple more minutes, and then we're gonna be good to go. We're gonna dump some sauce on it and some broccoli, and ta-da! Well, that's the Solo Stove Titan gear kit, guys. It's pretty rad, honestly. I would absolutely take this camping. What do you think? Are you like a wood stove sort of person? Or are you one of those diehard canister stove peeps? Either way, I honestly think you should check this out. It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, the whole setup is not cheap. Full price, it is $247 for all of this, which, yes, is kind of a lot. Solo Stove is a very cool, sustainably minded company, so we usually don't mind paying a little more for quality goods from a company that puts a priority on protecting the planet. But just so you know, not the cheapest camp stove you could get. You can buy the items separately, like if you just want the Titan stove and a pot. You can use the pot you already have. You don't have to get the pot. None of the rest of it is necessary. So we'll go ahead and put a link to all of the products in the description below in case you want to check out one or all of them. But as always, thank you for watching. Make sure to hit that thumbs up and click subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss any of our future gear reviews and outdoorsy how-tos. And go check us out on Terradrift.com for even more written content and stuff like our favorite gear for the season and gift guides, for example. And then come follow us along on all of our adventures on social, like Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We're at Terradrift on all of them. But as always, thanks so much for watching. We hope you were informed and entertained. Now get out there and wander on. And I hope you'll be eating dinner tonight in a much cooler house than mine. It's like 90% humidity out here. It's very disgusting. And I would like my AC to start working again. Bring me an ice pack. I gotta cool down, like ASAP. Oh my gosh, I'm sweaty. Oh my gosh.